Ms. Legalista here. Thank you for joining the video. When I first watched this video the first time, I did laugh out loud. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. And it's not funny to the people who went through this. And it really is kind of scary if you have a property out there and somebody's posting your backyard with your swimming pool on a site so that other people can rent. Yeah, that is a bit concerning. It was just sort of the nature of this. And I guess the scammers just are so creative, way more creative than I am, because it would never enter my mind that people would be out here doing this. Now, I've looked at deed fraud and all kinds of other scams that happen with banks and credit cards and text messages, but this is the first time I've heard of strangers in your backyard, which is how they have labeled this. How scammers try to make money off your backyard pool. Well, let's go ahead and see what's going on here.
Swimming in your backyard pool while you're not home, or maybe barbecuing on your patio, all because a fraudster listed your property for rent and then pocketed the money. It happened to one Santa Barbara couple, and the I-team learned it could happen to you too. Eric Thune and his wife Catalin recently retired to Santa Barbara.
Finally decided to pull the ripcord and move out of the Bay Area.
They put their Northern California home on the market. Then about a week later, something odd happened.
I get a text from my pool guy saying, "Do you know there's people at your pool?"
Eric's home security camera spotted a family heading to his backyard pool where they soaked up the sun.
My mind was spinning. It was crazy to hear that, it's a violation, right? I mean, this is your property. You don't expect to hear that people that you don't know are there.
Eric.
So no, let me just slide this back a little bit. A lot of people have Ring cameras now and webcams, all sorts of technology on their property so that they can catch the comings and goings of people who might be delivering packages, people who don't need to be there, just things going on their property. They want to be able to keep an eye on it. So imagine you are this property owner and you get this phone call and you see these people just coming to your house to go hang out in your pool. I can't imagine how he felt when he saw this. It's just like, what in the world is going on? So it's always interesting because I'm actually going to go to the Swimply, the online app or system that you use to actually post these listings. Go to their website and check this out. I don't know where this is going in terms of the person who did this, but it's not like you can't go back and find out who this party was. But let's see where else this went.
You don't know are there.
Eric's pool guy put the family on the phone. They told Eric they'd rented his pool through Swimply, a site where you can rent private backyards by the hour.
He said, "Your pool is listed there." And I said, "No, it's not. You're trespassing. You need to leave or I'm going to call the police."
But sure enough, Eric's pool was listed on Swimply, but he didn't do it. Apparently, a crook posted Eric's pool, snatching pictures of it from real estate sites to pocket the $46 an hour rental fee.
I'm shocked, right? How could somebody post a listing without verifying that they actually own the property?
A good question. Yes, Swimply that too. The answer? They don't confirm the person listing the property owns it. But Swimply did say once a listing is posted, it's not immediately searchable on its site.
Okay, they're going to get into that in just a second. So typically with these sites, you have terms and conditions that say, hey, for those of you who are posting listings on the site, you warrant that you own the property or that you have authority to be able to post this listing. Well, if you're a scammer, you don't really care about the terms and conditions, right? You're just up there to get a quick buck off of somebody else's property, and then you're going to hit the highway and you're gone. So it does sound like maybe they were trying to put some policies in place here when they're saying once a listing is posted, it's not immediately searchable on its site. Maybe, but let's go ahead and see what else they say about this part of it also.
First, the company uses fraud detection to catch bogus listings, which are removed within 24 to 48 hours. But that didn't happen for Eric. And Swimply didn't remove his fake listing until he reached out to NBC.
They can talk till the cows come home that they protect you, but I don't believe it.
The I team was curious about Swimply's fraud detection, so we teamed up with our sister station in the Bay Area.
Here's the pool I posted that I don't own.
Our I team producer listed a backyard pool for rent, but the property is owned by an NBC boss in the Bay Area. In turn,
I'm going to try to post a listing.
A Bay Area intern posted our producer's LA rooftop patio for rent.
Now, let me stop real quick right here, because that's probably a violation of their terms and conditions on their website. But if you were to go through that policy, everything that they have up there, there's probably something that says you shouldn't be up here posting sites that you don't own, doing things of that nature. I'm sorry, I've got all flustered now because I didn't have my phone off and my phone started ringing. So you don't go check this out, okay? I don't want you to get into trouble.
She grabbed the image from the real estate site Zillow.
It's asking me to finish listing.
Both properties were listed and immediately searchable on Swimply's site. The listings were there for weeks.
I think that's appalling, to be honest, that they can take listings for pools that they've never confirmed that somebody owns that property.
We asked Swimply what happened. It said the company's extreme growth resulted in some instances of fraud slipping through its cracks. It insisted fake listings are extremely uncommon, and it's committed to catching fraudsters. To help do that, it said it's added additional safeguards, like adding a button so users can easily flag suspicious activity.
I don't own this pool.
But even after this response from Swimply, our fake listings were still on the site until we finally took them down. Eric says it's a warning for all homeowners.
I just want people to know that this, especially if you've got your home for sale, you need to watch out for this. A lot of times properties are vacant for a long time.
Yeah. So, and I think that's the key here. It would be different if this were not a situation where they were someplace else and the property, there was nobody home there, nobody keeping an eye on it. I don't know if he didn't, have neighbors that he was close to who were keeping an eye on it for him. At least that person could have then called him up and said, hey, there are some people who keep showing up at your property. Well, let's take a look at this Swimply website. You see it at the top, Swimply. Cute, right? Hosting on Swimply is simple. Create your listing for free. Set your price, upload a few photos, determine your rules and availability, and we'll make your listing live and ready to go. There's nothing in here where they say we're going to take responsibility for confirming that you own the property. I don't see that in here. That could be someplace else, but it doesn't sound like it's any sort of responsibility that they are taking on. They're saying we're just a hosting platform. Other parties can come up here and put information up here. We just provide the infrastructure. That's basically what they're saying. Accept reservations when you want. Guests will find your pool and request to book it by the hour. Now, here's the part that we want to look at. Get paid quickly. Once approved, guests are charged up front through Swimply's secure payment system. Stripe directly deposits your earnings after each booking, minus our service fee. Well, now you know how they get paid. There's no incentive on their part to sort of tamp down, whatever it is I'm trying to say, these listings, because they're not going to get paid if the listing does not happen and if somebody doesn't rent the pool or the backyard or whatever it is that's listed there. But here's the thing, a lot of this stuff is traceable. Somebody has a Stripe account. Well, guess what? That Stripe account is usually connected to a bank account. These bank accounts are traceable. So in the event that somebody really wanted to go after this, really wanted to file a complaint, really wanted to maybe come back and even target Swimply because, say, for instance, something really bad happened, the house burned down, something really bad happened to a person there, someone drowned, and other things that are so bad I don't even want to mention. Then at that point, I think the liability on Swimply is going to increase because now it's going to be, well, it's not enough for you to just provide this platform. You need to understand that you've got some issues going on. And they said that this hasn't happened a lot. But what happens is over time, If it continues to happen, then at that point, there's going to be this case that somebody, an attorney, is likely going to make and say, hey, you know, this is an issue. You have put this product or service out here with, a defect to some extent, and you need to fix it. You need to be responsible for it because now you know that it's a problem and it continues to be a problem. So we'll see where this goes. And this is not just something to think about in terms of Swimply. The bigger picture that you should be uh, thinking about is if you have a house for sale and you are no longer staying in that house, you are someplace else. This should just give you, a little bit more pause in terms of making sure that you have someone checking out on your house, checking your property, keeping their eyes on it, and keeping you up to speed if they see anything going on that's not good. There's just so many scammers out there, people moving in to empty homes. Guess how easy that is? Because they can go on the web, find real estate listings, see which ones look like they're empty, drive around until they find one. Like I said, a lot of people have cameras now. A lot of these homes have security systems. But for those that don't, yeah, they're scammers and fraudsters waiting to just take advantage of those. So, yeah, hope this provides you with a little bit of information here. If ever you're looking at renting something like this, double check and make sure that this is a property that you can actually use. Because, yeah, the owners, if they find out, they are definitely going to call the police. And at that point in time, yeah, you're probably not going to jail or anything like that once they figure out what's going on. But this is going to be such a headache for everybody involved. All right. Please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.